Today's self-help video for Luxor CRM is how to import leads into the Luxor Leads module. There are 3 prerequisites that you will require in order to accomplish this task. The first prerequisite that you will require is administrator rights within Luxor, because we will be using the module within the admin function called data transformations. The second item that you will require is your data source file that contains the leads that you would like to import into Luxor. Here you can see I have a Microsoft Excel file that we will be importing into Luxor. The third prerequisite that you will require is Microsoft Access. Microsoft Access is the default file format that we will be using to import leads into Luxor. So let's get started. The first item I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and open Microsoft Access, and I'm going to create a new database for us to import. I'm going to give it a name called Leads Import, and I'm going to click here and select what file format I want this in. In this case, I want to select Microsoft Access Databases 2002-2003 format. I will click on OK, and you will see here that my leads import file now has the file extension .mdb. This is the file extension that you need for your Access database in order to import it into Luxor. So I'm going to go ahead and create my Access database file here, and I end up with a blank table. Okay, now what I have to do is I have to import my external data into Microsoft Access by using the External Data tab here, and my external data resides in an Excel spreadsheet. So I'm going to go ahead and import my Excel data into Microsoft Access. I'm going to browse for my Excel file. I know it's on the desktop, and it's called Leads Import File. I'm going to select it and open it. Now it's asking me import the source data into a new table in the current database. I will say OK. So now it's asking me which sheet in the workbook does it want me to import, and in this case it is sheet 1. So I will click Next. I want to click here, first row contains column headings, to make sure that the data in the first row does contain my column headings. I will click Next, and it will scroll through the field names here. And the one item that you want to do is you want to go through each of them to make sure that the data type here is text. So I'm just going to go through title, first name is text, last name is text, company is text, position is text, address is text. I'm going to have to scroll over here. City is a text, state and province is text, zip and postal code is text, country is text, business phone number is text. I'll just scroll over to the remaining fields here. Mobile phone field is text, fax number is text, and email address and web are both text. In order to import data into Luxor, all of these fields must be text. If they are not, Luxor will fail and give you a sorry for the inconvenience error. So I'm going to go ahead and click Next, and I'm going to let Access add primary key. I'm going to hit Next, and I'm going to import to table, and I'm going to give it a name, Leads Import. And I will click on Finish. And if you want, you can save your import steps if you do this frequently. I'm not going to. I'll just click Close. You'll see here now that Access has created a new table called Leads Import. So I'm going to double check Leads Import here, and you're going to see that all my data is now in Microsoft Access format. The next thing I want to do is I want to save my Access file. So I'm going to go File, Save. And I can now go ahead and close that. The next step is to go into Luxor, to go into Admin, select Data Transformations, and we want to select an import type called Leads. We want to select our Microsoft Access database, so browse, and I believe it saved it in Documents. Just going to go through here and make sure, and there it is there, called Leads Import. I'm going to select that file, and I'm going to click on Next. Luxor goes through and starts processing the file. It asks you, select a source table. This was the table that our leads from Excel were imported into Access, and in this case it gives us only one choice, and that is Leads Import. So we will click Next. And now here's where we do our mapping of the fields within Luxor, the Luxor leads. So address is the source column. The target column in Luxor is called address number 1. Business phone is business phone, city is city, company is company, country is company, email address, the corresponding field in Luxor is email address 1. Fax is fax, first name is first name, ID we can skip, last name is last name, mobile phone, position, state, province, title, web, zip, and postal code. So now we have all our corresponding fields from our import file mapped to the corresponding fields within the Luxor lead module. I will go ahead and click Next. And Luxor processes the file. And it says there are no duplicates found. In this case, what happens is Luxor checks the existing leads within Luxor, and it checks your import file to see if there are any duplicates. If there were any duplicates, it would identify the duplicates here, and it would give you the choice to keep the existing one. It would give you the option to update the record with new information, or it would give you the option to overwrite the existing one in Luxor with the new one in the import file. So now we're ready. We're going to go ahead and import our leads. Luxor goes ahead and imports the leads, and we have a success message called Upload Finish. So I'm going to go ahead and close this. I'm going to go to our home page. I'm going to open up the Leads module, and I'm going to show all items, and we can see here that my new leads that were in my import source file are now here. So jobbing.com Arena, Jim Jumbo Entertainment, Jim Jumbo Entertainment. The contact names are Jim Jumbo, Jane Jumbo, Kimberly Fowler, and United Importers, Jerry Myers. And we'll just go back to our Excel file and open it up just to double check to make sure that all of our information, so 1, 2, 3, 4 contacts, was indeed brought into Luxor. And we can go ahead and we'll open up Jerry from United, and we can see here that it brought his email address, his business phone, his company name, his first name, last name, his position, and his address information. And that is how you import leads into Luxor.